So a while ago I posted my glowy skin natural go-to look. So I figured today I would do a matte version of that. So this is just very easy, just natural kind of makeup look, and you can certainly use this as a base for whatever look you like. You can add on different lips, contour, eyes, whatever you like. Because with matte foundation it can be a little tricky with certain skin types. If you have dry skin like me, a lot of foundations tend to cling on to your dry patches and just look cakey, and there's all kinds of like full coverage, medium coverage and whatnot. So this is just like my favorite way to achieve this matte look. I'm gonna be linking everything down below in the description box. My glowy everyday routine, also my brow tutorials, and my social media accounts, which are Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So please feel free to follow me and interact with me over there too. So if you want to see how I get this matte everyday natural look, they just keep watching. So after I apply my moisturizer, I like to go in with my Smashbox primer water, and that would just help lock in that moist throughout the whole day and make sure that we don't have any dry patches when we apply our matte foundation. So I'll just do a few spritz and then let it dry and really sink into the skin. So to prep my skin, I'm gonna use e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. So I've been using this primer now for a few months, and what I like the most about it is that while it fills in your fine lines and it minimizes your pores, it also, because it has that silicone feeling to it, it doesn't like ball up when you rub it like a lot of the primers that have that effect do. This is super affordable and effective, and I really love it. For foundation today, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and this is in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I love this foundation, and they have two types, I believe. This is normal to oily skin because I do get oily on my T-zone. So this is a perfect foundation for me because even though it's matte, it gives you great coverage and it doesn't make you look cakey. The only downside to this foundation is that it doesn't have a pump. So it's basically one of those that you open and you have to pour on the back of your hand or wherever. And Maybelline, if you're ever watching this, please put a pump on these foundations because they are awesome and it would make our lives so much easier. So I just pour it a little on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender and apply all over my face. I like to start in the center of my face and then blend it outwards, and that way you're not gonna look so cakey, and you're not gonna have any concentrate build up on the center of your face. So to me, that is the best way to apply foundation. So now I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting under my eyes, and I'm using my Giorgio Armani Master Corrector, and this is number 1. So I just apply a few dots where my dark circles are a little stronger, and then I blend with my beauty blender. I do want to try to find a drugstore version. So if you know of anything that you love and tried, please leave me a comment down below because I really need a drugstore version. When I do all drugstore routine, I really like to have one. So for concealer today, I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and this is in the shade NW20. I just apply a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I dot it under my eyes and blend a little bit to warm up the product. I don't really drag all the way down because this concealer on me is a little drying, So I like to keep it right underneath my eyes, and then I immediately blend with my beauty blender before it dries out and it gets super tough to blend. So then for a little bit of highlighting on the face, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is in the shade Light. And I'm just going to apply this on the center of my forehead, the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. It's a very minimal difference, but it does make a difference. Then I'm going to immediately set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm going to dip my beauty blender and set all the under eye area. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder, and this is in the shade 120, and just lightly press this to the skin. And this powder is beautiful. I even use to set my under eyes, but it's a beautiful powder. It has a little like sheen to it, so it gives your skin a little bit of a glow per se, but not really. It's just not so flat and powdery looking. Really like this product a lot. So now to bronze up my skin a little bit, I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And this is just a little sample that I have. This is in the shade Medium Deep. And I'm going to be using my Morphe AM527 for that. So I don't want to do any heavy contour today, but I do like to define my cheekbones and just bring a little bit of warmth back to the skin. And then a little bit on the temples and along the hairline. And I'm just gonna go lightly and define my nose a little bit. So I'm gonna go put my brows on off camera, and I'll be linking my brow tutorials down below, and I'll be right back. So now to start the eyes, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Mineral Eyeshadow Primer. It helps cover up the darkness that I have on my eyelids. And it's not so sticky. It's just a really nice consistency. Once it's dry, you completely, like, I have used this without setting my eyes and it didn't crease on me at all. So I have my little Z palette here, and to start I'm gonna use Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie to set and just kind of like dust all over my lid. Okay, so now with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with Cocoa Bear, which is just a little darker to add a little definition. Wait, did I say Cocoa Bear or Creme Brulee? This is Creme Brulee. I'm sorry. Crazy. So Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek. I'm just gonna add all over my lid. Just to add a little bit more of color, and it's still very natural. This eye is just a whammy. Best way to get rid of mascara is to let it dry. And then just go with the clean brush and get rid of that without taking your whole makeup off underneath. Most people make the mistake of wiping it off as soon as it touches your skin, but that is just gonna smudge all over the place. So let it dry, and then you just kind of flick it off your skin. And the same thing for your eye, if that happens on your eyelids. So I'm kind of into this look of no mascara on the bottom lashes, but you can certainly apply a coat of as much as you want. I just like how it looks very like nice and clean and like younger, fresh looking. So I'm gonna leave it with no mascara today. Even though I want this look to be very matte, I like to look illuminated and just have a little glow to my skin. So I'm going to be using Wet n Wild ColorIcon in Reserve Your Cabana. This is supposed to be a bronzer, which is absolutely not a bronzer. It just gives you like a nice glow without being very like shiny or sparkly or whatnot, like a lot of highlighters tend to do. So I just want to do a very light, with my fan brush, I'm just going to do a very light application. I'm going to go on the tip of my nose. And on the bridge of my nose. And then a little bit on my Cupid's bow. So now for blush, I'm using my e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm using this little baby pink right here on my Morphe E4. So now before I move on to my lips, I'm going to spritz a little bit of e.l.f. Mist and Set just to get all those powders and everything like settled nicely onto our skin. So now for my lips, I'm going to start by lining with NYX Lip Pencil in Mauve. I'm going to go in with this Pacifica Power of Love Powerful Colorful Natural Lipstick. That is a mouthful. But I got this on my Ipsy bag a few months ago and I really like it. And I even posted a picture to my Instagram and they actually reposted. So thank you, Pacifica. But I really enjoyed this lipstick. It's very like matte, but just feels good on your lips. And I love this color, which is called Nudie Red. It's a very mauvey, like pinkish mauvey color, and I really like it.